I can take the most confident person on this planet. I can put him in a circus tent in front of a tightrope, remove the safety net, and I can guarantee you there won't be an ounce of confidence left. Zero. That person will be scared out of his mind. The reason is because confidence is situational. So if you're in a situation where you feel like you can do this, like you have the skills, like you've done it 100 times before, you will be A-okay in a situation. Whereas if you have never done it successfully, if you don't have the skills, you're not going to feel confident in a situation. And that's great news for you if you're watching this. The reason is that confidence can be learned. It's not something that you either have or you don't have. You can develop this. And the reason I know is because I have done it myself. Back in high school, I was being bullied so much that at some point I had zero confidence left. And none of it. My entire confidence, my self-esteem, my entire being was destroyed, shattered into a million different pieces. And from there on, I built myself up brick by brick by brick by brick, just like a human Lego. So what this means is that now that I've been through the journey, I can tell you the things that actually work in building confidence. By the way, this is going to be a series of videos. So if you want to build confidence, make sure you subscribe and you enable notifications so that you won't miss the other videos in this series. So let's go back to confidence being a skill that can be learned and it being situational. The same person who is extremely good at doing maybe administrative work at their job can be scared shitless when it comes to giving a presentation at that same job. The same person who is great in talking with his friends can be extremely nervous when talking to a girl that he likes. That is because they're different compartmentalized areas and they're different situations. So first and foremost, you need to realize this. Confidence, for one part, is in between here, but the other part is about the skill and reinforcement, either positive or negative. Because imagine that you have tried talking to girls before and every single interaction went perfectly fine. You got positive reinforcement upon positive reinforcement upon positive reinforcement. And so you would be confident in a situation. Because you know that if you do it, you get a positive reinforcement. You get a positive interaction. Whereas if you have been rejected multiple times, now you feel like you lack the skills to do this effectively. You lack the skills to have a good conversation, to have her interested in you. So what you can do first and foremost is to expose yourself to the situations which just terrify you. Because two things happen when you do. Number one, you increase your skill. It's that simple, right? If you've done something 100 times, you're gonna feel way less terrified than if you've done it 0 times. In one hand, confidence is gonna be here. On the other hand, when you haven't done it, it's gonna be all the way there. And you close this gap by doing it more often and more often and more often. That's one of the main ways in which you can build confidence, through exposure. But number two, there is something that terrifies our minds more than anything in the world. It is the thing that is unfamiliar. It's an evolutionary drive that we all have, where our mind tries to keep us safe. This stems from prehistoric times, all the way back. Because if you had your little village here and an area around it that you knew was safe, if you went outside of that, there could be a landslide there, some quicksand, there could be saber-toothed tigers, there could be other predators, whatever. There could be so many dangers. And so our mind says in our mind, anything that's unfamiliar, let's not do that. So when you force yourself, and you're gonna have to force yourself because your mind is probably gonna be kicking and screaming not to do it. Those insecurities are gonna well up to the point where you feel overwhelmed. You need to go against that instinct and reinforce yourself to do it anyway. Because then, on one hand, you're building up the skill, and on the other hand, you become more familiar, so the fear is gonna lessen. And over time, you will build confidence in that area. Of course, this doesn't translate to all areas of life just yet. However, there are ways in which you can improve your overall confidence as well. And if you want to learn how to do just that, I have created a free masterclass, an hour-long training where I teach you everything you need to know about building confidence. If you want to get it, click the link below this video, and otherwise, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel for the other videos in this series.